We're taking people through an immersive theater experience. I know that sounds a little bit different when you're thinking whiskey tastings, but essentially that's exactly what we want to do. We want to immerse people in the stories of each of the whiskeys that we're launching here in Canada, and what better way to do that than through theater. Essentially, each one of these whiskeys has their own unique story and unique liquid. So rather than just putting glasses of whiskey in people's hands, they're going to be able to sip whiskey and actually live the stories of each one of them as well. It's the first time we're bottling any of these whiskeys as well. So it's the first time that most people have even ever heard of them. And that's what whiskey drinkers today really are looking for, is what's that next great dram of whiskey they're looking for. And well, tonight we've got Aberfeldy whiskey. It's in the heart of Scotland. The town is known as the heart of Scotland. And this liquid has one of the longest fermentation times of any whiskey. And we age it in American oak casks predominantly, and some sherry casks as well. With that, you get a resulting character of a lot of honey. It's probably the most honeyed style of whiskey to try. Literally, when you nose it, you get this nice heather honey aroma. When you try it, you get on the palate, it's a little bit of oak, a little bit of spice, certainly some honey coming through as well. The Dewar whiskey is the northeasternmost distillery in Scotland, literally just off the North Sea on the River Dewar. We're making a whiskey here the modern way, using shell and tube condensers, a unique setup for stills, and aging it in mostly American oak. It's like biting into a Granny Smith apple, this whiskey. It's really sweet forward, a lot of orchard fruit notes come through this whiskey. Last but certainly not least is Royal Brackla. This distillery is the first distillery to ever receive a royal warrant, which basically is a royal seal of approval, making it fit for a king or a queen. But we age it in first fill sherry casks. So meaning it's the first time that it's ever had whiskey in it, pulling out all these nice sherry notes like apricots, raisins. With our portfolio of whiskeys, Brackla, Dewar, and Aberfeldy, they're approachable, bridging the gap for any type of spirit due to the fact that they're really sweet. Add ice, add water, that'll help them become more delicate. Don't be afraid to mix them as well. It's really, at the end of the day, it's you drink them however you want them. It's true that there's no right or wrong way. People used to think of drinking whiskey as you're only allowed to add a dash of water. If anything, you can only be drinking it in a Glencairn glass. It's not true. When I was in China, we were drinking Dewar's 15 with green tea. Green tea on the rocks is not what people think of often when thinking whiskey. In Curacao recently, I was drinking it with coconut water. But it's really all about trying something new and not being afraid of breaking the old school rules of how to drink whiskey. At the end of the day, it's about making people aware of the fact that there's been over 107 distilleries built in Scotland. Most of them have done a proprietary bottling of their own bottling at some time or another. But what's amazing now is this is the first time that we have. And this is what we're calling the last great malt. So really at the end of the day, tonight is about letting people discover great whiskeys that have great stories through a not your everyday whiskey tasting.